Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Swan Song. And this is not the Udo Kier film that came out earlier this year that I absolutely love. This is a science fiction film coming your way to Apple TV+, who's really killing it this year in terms of content, and this is another great big movie that they have coming your way. They also have the tragedy of Macbeth coming out as well, so, you know, I'm super excited. But here we have Benjamin Cleary, who wrote and directed this film, and this film focuses on these ideas of like a terminally ill man coming to grips with the decision about potentially replacing himself with a clone, so when he passes away his family still has him. But how much of this clone him? And is it worth lying to your family and deceiving them and making them think that this is you? But is it you? Is it really just an extension of you? Or is this a completely different being? And that's what this film really kind of just throws at the audience and tries to have you try to conceptualize this idea. And what really anchors this is a fantastic dual performance by Mahershala Ali, who plays this man who's going through all of this. And, you know, some of the narrative is a bit messy at times, and there's definitely some awkward moments in terms of like timing and how the scenes are ordered, but there's a lot of tension and suspense built up with some of the visual storytelling choices throughout the film. There's some moments where it's just really intense and encompassing in terms of like the sound design and stuff like that. But you also have Ali's performances that hit really emotionally. And you feel for him, you feel the frustration, you feel the fear, you have the insecurity, you have all of this giant spectrum of feelings that could possibly going through somebody's head trying to process such a thing going on in their life. And, you know, challenge of trying to deal with the fact that you have a terminal illness, but also trying to come to grips with, like, there's this other you now who's going to replace you, but it's not you. And are you okay with them taking your family and taking over your identity? And you see how Ali deals with that. You have Naomie Harris, who plays his wife, who I think does quite a fine job in this film. Doesn't get as much to do, obviously, as Ali does in this film, because this really is his film, and he gets to do these two performances together. But she is great, and lends some real, genuine nature to this character. And then you have the likes of like Glenn Close and Adam Beach, who are part of this program, who are doing this cloning, and really a lot of the times they're there to either dump exposition or philosophical ideas towards the themes of the film, and I don't feel like they really get much to do in this film besides just being those conduits for ideas and plot points. So like, they feel a bit wasted. And then you have Awkwafina, who's in an interesting point of like, Mahershala Ali gets to check her out and see the clone version thriving and living this woman's life, and then you see the woman and Awkwafina at this like which lusciously beautiful like mountain resort area is dying. And there's some great scenes between the two of them. They have some really good chemistry together, Awkwafina and Ali. And I appreciated her presence here, but you deal with big moral dilemmas in this film, and it challenges the audience to think about them. And it does it in a really thoughtful and meaningful kind of way. And, you know, the film does get bogged down at times with a bunch of exposition and clunkiness in terms of how that's all passed along. And, you know, the timeline isn't always as easy and clear to follow at times. It also makes some of the storytelling a bit clunky as well. But the thing is, there's a lot of emotional resonance in this film. There's a lot of scenes where there's some heavy emotions. There's one particular scene where the two Mahershala Alis come to emotional blows with each other, and it hits like a sledgehammer. Peter Gabriel will be proud. And you just have this emotional confrontation, and it just pulls you in, and you can't escape it. And this has such a great concept with strong acting, and overall a film that makes you think and makes you feel, even if it doesn't always hit the way that it needs to, even though it's clunky at times. I still think Swan Song is a big win for Apple TV Plus, and I hope you all go check it out. But those are my thoughts on Swan Song. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.